Hey, welcome to Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. This is the show where we talk to live performers, singers, writers. That wouldn't be really a live performer, but singers, actors, dancers, musicians, and a lot of comics, comedians. We talk to them about their careers, what they did before COVID, how they're adjusting to COVID, what they're going to do moving forward. COVID has shut down the live entertainment industry completely across the board. This gives everyone an opportunity to catch up with their favorite performers, and the performers an opportunity to share some product, some merch, some albums, so forth, and get some support while we're going through this COVID thing. So thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the show, do me a favor, like the video first. Number one, most important, please like the video. It helps me immensely. Also, share the video if you really like the show. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. That helps a lot as well. That goes really far with YouTube. It helps us helps me to put shows up and get more attention on YouTube. Also, if you want to support the show financially, if you want to throw some money at the show, there's a couple of options for you. Bam, they're right above my head, right there. Look at that. Look at that. You can go to lennyschmidt.com/if-you-can. That's my website. You can Venmo me at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. And you can join my Patreon page, which I'll talk about later in the broadcast. You can do a monthly fee. You can pay as little as $1 on all of those options. If you enjoy the show, you enjoy the content, the interview, with the white noise, whatever you're doing with the show in the background, you can throw $1 at it, whatever you think it's worth. Just $1. It's simple. Just $1. You have an option between $1 and $10,000. There's an actual $10,000 button on my website. I'm not going to tell you how many people have used it. But it rhymes with the word zero. Anyway, please feel free to throw some money at the show. We'd appreciate it. We don't have any sponsors. The show is totally sponsored by and supported by all of the people that watch the show and some of the entertainers that have been on the show as well. So I can't thank you enough. So sit back, enjoy the show, enjoy today's episode, and we're going to start it right now. This is taped. But it won't be taped in a second. This is going to be live. Here we go. Enjoy the show. Thanks for being here. Take care. Bam! Chaka, 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 chaka. Ba, da, da. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monday. It's good. Good for you guys. Good to be here. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. The intro explains everything. We're here every Monday through Friday. Uh-oh, I lost the... There we go. This is crazy. I'm having minor technical issues. There we go. All good. How you guys doing? It's good to be here, man. Hope you had a good weekend. Vote, man. Vote. Go out and vote. I wore my USA hat to show my pride in my country and telling everyone they should go vote. Vote. If you didn't vote yet, vote tonight. Vote tomorrow. If you're watching this tomorrow and you need tonight and you need a ride to the ballot box or something, call me. Reach out. I will try to get you a ride. I will try to help you. I will do something that can get you to the polls. Besides that, just go out and vote, man. This is, every year we have 30% votes or 30% turnout for voting. Every year it seems like this is the biggest election ever, but let's be honest, this is a pretty big election. So let's get out there and vote. Just go out there and vote. Everyone should vote. I don't know why, especially this election. There are a lot of options, a lot of easy ways that many of you could vote. So there you go. I checked the news today. I didn't check a lot of news, but some of you guys have asked me and reached out to me as far as the cruise ships going and when I'm going to sail, when they're going to sail. Blah, 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 blah. So I read some stuff earlier today, and I have talked to the cruise lines earlier this week. They haven't given me any solid dates or anything yet, but I will tell you this. There's a lot of protocols they have to jump through and a lot of hoops they got to jump through to make sure the ships sail again. I really don't think we're going to see another cruise till January or February at the earliest because they have to do test cruises. There's a lot of things they got to do. that it's going to take up some time. So there you go. So make sure if you have cruises booked in January or December, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think they're going to happen. So that's it. And I was looking at the news. What other news do I want to look at? There's nothing. Everything is all election-based news, man. It's all election-based news. Why these should slow down? Okay, yeah, all right, that's all. It's all about the election. Let's just focus on the election. Go vote tomorrow, and then we'll all be happy. I'll say hello to everyone that's here. The Mulligans are here, both of them. Mulligan Squared, thank you very much. Monday before the reported doom. Yeah, I wanted to have Tom Clark on today before the world ends, so he's on the show today. And then my friend Steve Kuba will be on Wednesday for the New World Order show. Who knows what the world's going to be like Wednesday? I may be doing the show from the trunk of my car. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But it's going to be crazy. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Robin Greenberg, thank you for being here. Rachel Zimmerman, I'm glad you voted. Good for you, man. Get out there, do it. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. You guys are great. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know if Robbie is here. Robbie tends to be late. Oh, she's there. She's there. Robbie Davis. Hi, Robbie. I've talked to David. Robbie's referred a couple of people to me, and Mr. Showtime. I'm going to have him on the show. So we're going to lock down a date. And once again, that's because of you, Robbie. I should have you just be the booker, because you seem to figure out a way to get people on the show all the time. It's very impressive. So there you go. I hope you had a good weekend, and let's get right to it, man. Let's not waste any time. Let's go. Let's get to it. This guy, I first saw this guy, I want to say at Zany's in Chicago. It was a long time ago. Years. We've known each other before we moved to LA. So, and also before I think we were both married. Yeah, it was early on. We've known each other a very long time, actually. I didn't realize how long. But let's get to it, folks. I want to do this. Let's see if I can hang on a second. I want to show you a clip. Let's get right to a clip. So let's stop babbling. Let's get right to it, folks. This is my good friend, the one and only. Let's hear it for Mr. Tom Clark.
Kind of a queer thing happened to me today, if I can use that word. I got a wrong number. You ever have that happen where the person calls the wrong number? But the weird thing is, here's what I like to do. They ask you for someone who isn't there. You ask them for someone who isn't there, right? So they'll be like, is Bill there? I'll be like, no, is Todd over there? Well, the search continues, huh? We gotta find those guys.
Folks, that's the man. That's the beginning right there, the one and only. Let's bring him here live. Let's bring him live right here. Mr. Tom Clark. Here he is, folks. There he is.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
Hey. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing, we're matching shirts. I had no idea. It's adorable. Look at that. Is it?
Good.
I don't know. I'm colorblind. Are they blue?
Blue wave.
Yeah, a little blue wave before the election. Thank you very much. Let's get that going. Come on, man. Everybody hop on board.
Actually, we worked together in Madison. You were featuring, and Percy Cruise 2.
Oh, geez, Percy Cruise 2.
Headline. And that must have been 97 or 98.
Oh, my God.
It was one of my first, and it was like maybe my second or third time I'm seeing in Madison.
Right.
And that was our first time.
Wow, you got a good memory, dude. That's pretty good. I remember Zany's, and I remember a couple other, and that's it. And then we just run into each other here and there. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
And then which is weird. And then you moved here, and you said you're in Agora Hills, right?
Right. We just bought a place out here.
Now, how's it going over there with Agora Hills? What's the COVID like over there, man? Are you surviving? Are you okay?
Oh, I kind of like it over here. It's quiet. There's like nothing here.
Right.
So, I mean, like I can go running and I'm not in anyone's way. I don't have to wear the mask while I'm running. So it's just, we're not on top of each other. I know in LA that's brutal, is just how crowded, and you can't go to Ralph's or anything.
Yeah, it's a little, you're crammed in here everywhere you go. Like I went for my hike today, and you got to bring a mask with you because you run into people. A lot of people are hiking now because there's nothing else to do. The gyms are closed. There's nothing going on. So
right.
Hang on, I'm moving your thing. Wait, look at that. How long? And let me ask you this: have you gone out and done anything on the road yet?
My wife's a comedian, Stephanie Clark. So she kind of took before all this happened, she was already booking some rooms. So we've been doing this brewery near our house called 14 Cannons, and they have an outdoor parking lot. So we've been doing the show there. We have 2 people at a table, 6 feet apart, 50 or 60 people, and we've been doing shows there. We have another brewery out in Ventura. So in September, late September, we started doing some shows. So that's beats Zoom, I'll tell you that much.
Dude, I know. Even a parking lot is better than Zoom because you can at least, because the timing thing is just, the delay is just so weird on Zoom. It just messes you up. You know what I mean? People don't laugh at the right time, and then some laugh and they don't. If you have a lot of people on Zoom, they look like they're laughing, but there's no noise coming out of their screen. It's just, it's very, very creepy. Dude, yeah, I didn't know your wife was a stand-up. I looked at your wife. I was telling you this before, and I was looking at your YouTube page. Dude, you got a ton of content on there, and she's funny as shit. She's very funny. She's got there's a bunch of stuff on there that you guys do together, clips and videos, and damn, I'm gonna boot one of them up. I'm gonna find one real quick. There was one I left.
Oh yeah, we did episode of the Clarks. Yeah, the Clarks web series.
Yeah, dude. And the podcast. Are you guys doing the podcast?
Yeah, we still got the podcast. I'm a Rescue podcast every 2 weeks. So Tuesday will be our next one. So I just interviewed my brother. He got kidnapped in Brazil about 20 years ago. So I never really talked to him about it. And I was like, what happened? Like, how did that happen? And we told the whole story on the podcast.
Wait, you never really talked to him about it 20 years ago, and you just kind of let that go? How did that go? I got kidnapped. How was Brazil? I got kidnapped. Oh, that's awesome. Pass the turkey. Is that really how that played out at the Clark house?
Did you bring me anything?
Yeah. Did you bring me stuff? I don't care about the kidnapping. It's stupid. You.
No, right. Well, I mean, he told me the details, but I was just wondering I didn't really get into the nitty gritty of what was it like in the car and how long. I didn't realize it was 8 or 10 hours of going to the ATMs and driving and being in the trunk of the car and all the sort of grimy details of it. Nothing happened to him, but it was just interesting to hear about.
Nothing happened to him. You make it sound. Don't be such a baby. So you were in the trunk for 10 hours. So you had to hit a bunch of ATMs. Wham. You know what this is, brother? This is the smallest violin. I feel sad for you. It's always about me. That's hilarious. So good. So he told the whole story in the podcast. Is that the last one, or is that the one coming up this Tuesday?
That was the last one. The interview with my brother. So yeah, it's but he's been mugged. He's the one who's been robbed the most. So it's
what does your brother do for a living? Sell drugs? What is?
He's a very smart consultant, but he's not streetwise. He doesn't recognize bad situations.
Dude, you're either one or the other. Some people are geniuses when it comes to books and colleges and all that stuff, but they just don't have the what's in this alley, and they go wandering in. And you're like, don't go in there. Why? I never read in a book that it's bad for you. Well, trust me, it is.
Yeah, it's he's he's very smart. But that was the joke on the podcast. Is he did the Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hours for getting kidnapped. He's had experience.
All right. Well, then one of the things I do on this podcast and the YouTube thing is I put in the bio or in the description, I'll put all the links to your stuff. So I'll make sure there's a link to your podcast in there. So I highly suggest everybody go and get the serious information about Tom's brother being kidnapped for 10 hours.
It's a funny story.
He
doesn't die at the end.
Yeah. It's funny. There's good things. That's not bad. He doesn't die. He comes back to tell the story. No, I bet that's hilarious. All right. Well, I'll have to check that out then. Well, good for him. What's he doing? He's not going to Brazil anymore? Is this Brazil is where this happened?
Yeah, Brazil. He's traveled all over the world. So now he lives in Austin now, and he's married and everything. But he doesn't he actually lost his job during the pandemic. So
Oh
now
no.
but he got like a nice severance package and all that. So
Oh, okay, that's good.
yeah, but he's yeah, very successful. He's the one who got me into comedy. He's the one who like convinced, or he took a comedy class with Roz Turner up in Milwaukee,
Yeah, okay.
and then Roz and Dobie Maxwell taught the class, mainly Dobie, and
Right.
he took the class, and then I was like, oh, I think I want to do that. So I took the class, and I kept going, and he did not.
He did not. That's the way it goes, man. Some people take those classes and bail, and then some people get hooked. You know.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
comedy's
he said how it's like such a different experience when you get in front of people and you say something and there's no reaction, and that really is the hardest thing
yeah,
with stand up. Is like that gut punch in the gut, right? It's like you gotta take it for the first year or two.
First year or two. It's a lot longer than that, man. It was, you know, you're so hit or miss those first 3, maybe 4 years, and you get to a point where you have some really decent shows, but then you don't truly understand why you're not doing well. You know what I mean? You don't understand early on, and then as time goes by, you start to figure out, oh, I'm screwing up, or here's what I did wrong, or of course that's not funny, or you don't really figure that out until later.
Yeah. Well, you saw me early on, so I mean, I was singing the band, telling the joke that didn't make any sense. Like I was very like sort of Andy Kaufman-ish,
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. We used to close with the potato song all the time.
Yep.
Which is, I know that's on your YouTube. Do you ever do that? You don't do that anymore, do you? Or do you? Have you done the potato song?
Sometimes when I'm at Zany's, if like it's an old server or something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But
I was curious because I don't know if the line Potoae potato, you know, the E reference at the end. I don't know if people still get where that came from, because when you originally threw that in there, it was the whole Dan Quayle thing, right?
Right. Yeah. And I think the whole thing came from like a Lewis Black joke about the word potato, and he's like, potato, when you say it, you've already spelled it. And I just thought that was just a funny word, potato. And then I was really into Pearl Jam, and I kind of melded the two together and made the potato song. So it's the first Lewis Black Pearl Jam collaboration ever.
Dude, and maybe the only.
Yeah, I would hope so.
It's very possible.
But it was one of those bits that required so much commitment. Like you couldn't half-ass that bit. Like you were either all in or all out. There was no middle ground.
Right, and you couldn't get like a line or two in and then just bail on it. It's like
3 minutes.
Otherwise, people were like, "What the hell is that?" So you had to really do the whole song. Which is a 3 minute. It's a 3 minute song. So yeah, you can't. You're right. It's listening to what you get into it, and then your mind's like, "Well, shit. Now I got to see this through. I can't.
Right.
I can't just bail here."
Well, that's what people would say. It's like you're so committed, but it's like there's no plan B. There's no other route I can go with this.
Yeah, there's no way to segue out of the second line into a different bit. You know what I mean? Like you can't slowly go. Speaking of potatoes, I had lunch yesterday. You know, you can't do anything like that. You're gonna totally commit to the bit 100%.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm looking at your YouTube page right now, dude. You got so much stuff. This is amazing. All these. Now let me ask you this: the Dry Bar special, Outraged. Is that what that is? That was from 2017.
No, it's funny. I did Dry Bar right at the same time I was doing my other stand-up special.
Okay.
So Dry Bar is like a clean comedy place based out of Provo, and then Outraged is the special that I released by myself.
Right.
But they both came out around the same time. So.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you now? Where can people get your special? Is it you can go online and order it and buy it for your website? Dude, you got so much cool stuff.
It's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it on Amazon Prime for free. Just Outraged, Tom Clark, and it'll show up.
Okay, right on. That's good, man.
Yeah.
All right, now, how many? What do you have? Anything booked coming up? What do you got? Like how? Let me ask you this: as far as the COVID thing goes, are you guys locking yourselves in your house and not going anywhere? Are you that crazy about COVID, or are you getting out doing stuff?
Uh, just mainly the shows. I mean, we've done a few shows. I'm actually going up to doing a gig for Pat Wilson up in Oregon, Chinook Winds Casino.
Oh, right on, man. I did that a few months ago. I did it right before. Well, right not right before, but in January I did it. It's a great
Yeah,
gig.
I was supposed to be there in March, and now it's November. Me and Kevin Bozeman are going to be up there, and it's a fun gig. They say it's socially distanced and all that. I feel all right about it. I think it's a big casino, so I feel like it's sort of like a showroom, and
Yeah.
I just won't do the hanging out and just head back to the room. I don't know, but yeah. Otherwise, just I teach stand up. I teach at a high school in Napa Valley. There's a high school that they wanted to learn stand up, so I've been teaching over Zoom that, and I teach improv with comedy sports at a few different high schools. So yeah, I'm finding some stuff to do.
Dude, that's pretty cool. I used to teach. I taught improv to little kids, not high school kids. How's it? How are you teach? You got to be teaching through Zoom. I assume, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I normally teach you obviously in person, and but through comedy sports, they developed a whole sort of curriculum through Zoom that I can teach. So I have about 3 or 4 teams doing the stand-up thing up in with the school in Napa, and it's fun. I mean, it's fun. I've been teaching for the last 10 years too on my own. So yeah, it's just something I enjoy doing. It keeps me in town. I think that's the other thing I like.
Yeah, that's huge. So you're not on the road traveling somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, the advantage you have too with the Zoom thing, then you can still at least you're working now. You know what I mean? So many people, there's nothing going on anywhere for anybody. But if you got the Zoom classes to fall back on, there's at least something to do, and you're being creative. You know?
Right.
So that's good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been, I mean, honestly, when COVID happened, I was just kind of like, I kind of need a break. Like, I need to like I wasn't planning on 7 months, but I was like kind of enjoying having a little free time, because it did seem like I was rushing from one thing to another and kind of keeping a lot of plates spinning. So
Right.
I kind of like the time off a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you 100%. I enjoyed the time off because I got to spend it with my daughters. Both my daughters live with me now, teenagers. But
Oh wow.
yeah, I didn't think it was going to be 7 or 8 months. I really thought by, I was like, well, September I would have imagined we'll be back out. And I was even pushing it then. I go, people are like, you think it'll be that long, September? I go, yeah, I think September, but I would think we'd be back out by September. And here we are, in November, and who knows what's going to happen now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's been mishandled from the start, and I don't think we're ever gonna. It's gonna take. I think it's gonna be a year. I think it's gonna be. We're gonna look at March, and we're gonna be.
Dude, I keep
similar.
talking about this. I hate to bring it up, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got shut down again. Everybody else is shutting down again. UK shut down the other day. It's this second wave or whatever. People keep saying, well, we're in the second wave now. I don't think we're in the second wave yet. I think it's coming, and it's going to get not good. But what's holding it up is the election, dude. Who knows what's going to happen after tomorrow?
Right.
Both sides are politicizing it so much. So I think if, I don't know what to expect. I really have no idea. I'm afraid to go out tomorrow. I'm locking myself in the house. You know what I mean?
I know.
I don't know what's
I
going
went
on.
shopping today. I went grocery shopping and just bought a bunch of groceries.
We're going tomorrow morning. We're going to Costco tomorrow morning. I can use about 3 more cases of beans. If I just had 3 more cases of beans, and then I don't need to go anywhere. And then I can literally stay in this house for 3 months without leaving anywhere. I could survive off rice and beans or whatever. So
Beans. Yeah.
yeah, I don't care. But my daughter and I are going to go tomorrow because I don't want to. And I do Uber Eats. I drive around and do Uber Eats at night now to make a buck. That's how I'm paying the bills these days. And I was going to work tomorrow. I'm like, boy, tomorrow's going to be really busy. I bet you I'm going to go work. And now I'm like, ooh, I don't think I want to be driving around the city tomorrow night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. Even though I don't think we're going to know any final numbers for weeks, but I just, any bad news tomorrow is not going to be good news.
Have you been caught up in any? I mean, like out here, I haven't really been caught up in anything. But have you been in? When things have gone south, have you been in any situations where you're like, oh my God, like what's
Oh,
happening?
no, but the last 2 nights though, I had weird stuff. I got caught in police rundowns the last 2 nights, which were weird.
Oh wow.
Like 3 nights ago, I was delivering. I had food with me from Jack in the Box, and I'm driving down the street, and this cop. There's 2 cop cars, and they won't let me down the street, so they wave me to the next street. So I go to the next street and go up a block, and there's 2 more cop cars, and they wave me in. Before you know it, I'm surrounded by 10 squad cars and 2 choppers, and it's just, I mean, it's crazy. It's like SWAT team, all stuff's going. I go, what's going on? And they go, there was a shooting, and we're looking for the guy. I'm like, oh, good, I'll just wait here. That's great. So there was 40 minutes of me sitting there on the side of the road, and then 2 nights ago, and this was on the news. There was I got caught in a police tape thing. I pulled up. There was police tape, more cops, and this a guy came out and told me there was some sort of stabbing at a party. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, and Encino.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was in the news next, and they couldn't find the guy. So and that I didn't even know at the time. I was sitting on the side of the road in the dark. I mean, there's no lights anywhere. I'm just sitting with the car on, which is I'm like that could have went south, could have been bad. But
I think that's one thing, like being from the Midwest, is we're not used to all the car chases. Like, I feel like in the Midwest it's much different, but out here, it's like it's a long drawn out process.
right.
And the first time I was driving, you know how they do the thing where they'll go back and forth to slow down the traffic? Have you ever been there?
Yeah, on the freeway, I hate that. They kind of slow down the flow of traffic or whatever.
Right. And the first time I saw that, I thought the cop was having like a wrestling match with like a suspect. And
Did
that's
you?
why
Like, LA is crazy.
I gotta go help him.
We got to come on, everybody.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't remember any high-speed chases back in Illinois.
No.
You know what I mean? Even in the suburbs, even in the city in Chicago, I don't recall a lot of. Out here, they're like Florida showers that happen every afternoon at 4 o'clock. It's just something that happens all the time. You know what I mean?
There was one the other night where the 2 chases actually crossed each other.
Are you
Like,
sure?
that's
That's out of hand now. And then really now they're bleeding into each other. These chases.
right. Like,
I'm
your own
always
chase.
I'm always afraid late at night that I'm going to get sideswiped by one of these guys on a chase. You know what I mean? Like anytime my daughter just learned how to drive. She's been driving for a couple of years, and I'm a very defensive driver. So when I come up to a light and it's red, but I'm approaching it and it turns green, I don't just keep driving through. I'll slow down and look both ways. And my daughter's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "You have no idea who's coming from either one of these directions in this town. People are crazy."
Right.
I've seen people
Yeah.
fly through red lights just to try to make the light, and I've been almost killed twice by that situation like that. So I always assume there's somebody out there doing something crazy. So I'm always afraid when there's a car chase. I'm always listening where it's at. I'm like, I don't want to be anywhere near it. I'm like, that's the last thing I need is a guy comes popping out of the side, nails me. How many times you ever seen? You've seen them on the YouTube or on the news where they come close, man, where they almost hit somebody.
Right.
And it's just creepy looking.
Oh yeah, because I always feel bad for the parked cars, the cars that they like sideswipe. And like, oh my God, like no way insurance takes care of that.
Well, insurance has got to take care of that. How can it not? Is that like the earthquake clause in California? That would be classic. If you live in California, well, we don't. If your car's on the side of the road and you're hit by a high speed chase, we don't cover that. That seems like that's a total California thing. That would make sense actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. No, I got in 2 accidents the first time I moved out here. It's like the first year I was in 2 car accidents, and I think I just wasn't prepared for the volume of traffic compared to Milwaukee.
Yeah, because you're right. You're from Milwaukee, which is still a city, but it's nowhere near the traffic that you have here. Right. And I noticed the difference between traffic in Chicago and LA. Like, here's what I noticed recently: is there's more cars and more traffic here, and people in Chicago just drive like maniacs. I mean, I've noticed that. I mean, they're really crazy in Chicago. I'll get home and they're impatient and young and pissed. I've had a kid. I've been tailgated by a guy for like half a mile, and I'm like, what is with this guy on my ass? And I get to the stoplight, and he pulls up, and it's this 16-year-old kid screaming at me, angry that I'm ruining his evening. I'm like, okay, go ahead. I've never seen so much anger out of a 16-year-old. but I see a lot of that.
I had a thing where I was in Chicago and I was hitting the brights for a guy because he had his headlights off, and I'm thinking I'm doing this guy a favor, and then he pulls up next to me. He's like, "Fuck you! You know, who are you? What are you saying?" And I'm like, your lights are off. And he's like, and he looked down, and then he pulled up to me again. He's like, "Sorry about that."
Oh,
Like, he apologized. So it's like very Midwestern thing.
oh, that is a total Midwestern thing. That's the best that he apologized. Most people will just move on and won't say anything.
Yeah.
That's
No,
good.
I think you need that aggression in LA. Otherwise traffic doesn't move. I feel like people in LA are laid back. I'd rather have Chicago aggression than West Coast passiveness.
Yeah, because there's so much. Sometimes there's so much. It hasn't been so bad lately with COVID because the roads aren't that bad. You know, not like traffic normally is here. But 90% of the time, that 405 is a complete parking lot. It's a train wreck.
Yeah.
So I'm not a
No,
fan.
I think a lot of people have left LA. Have you noticed that? Or?
Yeah, dude, I got tons of friends leaving. Philip Schultz left a few weeks ago. I bought some furniture from him, and he left. He went to Florida. And then
Wow.
I talked to Jimmy Schubert's thinking about leaving and going to Florida. He hasn't left yet, but he's thinking about it. And then Joey Diaz, I talked to him right before every time a lot of comics are leaving that I know of.
Wow.
Because you can go anywhere now and do, you know what I mean? I mean, I think COVID's shown a lot of people that you don't have to live in a city. You know, like
Right.
everybody's found a way to adapt and do stuff. You know what I mean? And then be able to do it from somewhere. You know?
Yeah.
Like now, audition. Do you have an agent? Are you working with an agent?
Yeah, I've had the same agent. I think you know him, Stu Golfman.
Yeah. Oh, right on. I saw
Yeah.
Stu. God, last year he also handles Bob Zaney.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we were at a showcase one night and I ran into Stu. I haven't seen him in years, man. But yeah, he's also a Chicago guy that booked the Improv for a while.
Yeah, and he helped Dan Carlson run the Chicago Comedy Festival.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good.
So yeah,
That's cool.
I've been with him since 2001. Once I moved out here, so I've been with him almost 20 years. Yeah.
Good, dude. That's cool. Then he knows. I mean, he knows your system. That's you know what I mean. That's good to be working with a guy that knows you well.
Yeah, it's nice to be with somebody that sort of sticks with you through thick and thin. You know, I mean, he's not a big agent, but anywhere he goes, he's always brought me with him, and
Right.
he always gets me stuff here and there. So I mean, that's what you need, right?
Dude, good for you. Yeah, I guess so. I don't have that. I don't have anybody that gives a shit about me. Good for you. Look at that. I don't. Only my kids are only here because they have to be. I pay their bills. But, everybody else is. Yeah, I'm amazed. That's always awesome, man. That you have somebody that's been with you for 20 plus years. And Stu's a good guy too, man. Sometimes you deal with these agents and they're shitheads, you know, and they're just and they don't care about you at all. And Stu's the guy that cares about you.
Yeah, no, I think that's helped me. Although, yeah, he kind of insisted I do a cruise ship, and that was not my cup of tea.
Oh no, what'd you do? Which one?
Norwegian,
Okay.
out of Miami, obviously, and then went to Cuba and Bahamas.
Was it a levity ship? Do you know?
No, it was I think Don Casino.
Okay.
Yeah, it just wasn't just the cleanness part and like what's too far over the line, what is the
That's
line.
funny. I would think you would do really well on a cruise ship, man. I work ships all the time now, bro. Or
Right.
let me rephrase. I used to work ships all the time, and that's all where my income was for the last last 7 year. Great. For the last 7 years. So
Wow.
yeah. So I mean, that's most of it. So when I was looking at your stuff today, I think you do. I would think you do great on a ship. Was it the club or the theater?
I was a theater.
Okay.
I think I would have preferred a club.
Yeah, the club might have been better.
Yeah. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. It was nice to go to Cuba. Cuba was nice.
I got Cuba out of it, so that's not so bad.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would not do it again. I mean, and my wife got to go with me. That was nice too.
Dude, that's a plus. You know, that's a big payback on. I've taken my kids on a ship a ton of times. So,
Oh, nice.
and when they were little, it was really cool. They were really into it when they're young. You know what I mean? But even now, they're into it. They're like, "When are we going back?" And I'm like, "I need to go back first before anybody goes back." I got news for you. Does your agent, is your wife's name Steph?
Yeah.
Is she with Stu too, or is she the same agent or a different agent?
Well, it's funny. Right before the pandemic hit, we were going to do a bunch of shows together. We had a bunch of shows lined up, and then it was like March, April, May. We had like, you know, 6 weeks of shows booked, and then all of a sudden that all went away. So so he's been helping her, but we were moving in that direction right before the pandemic. But ideally, it'd be nice to have her feature and me headline.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you ever get an opportunity to bring her on the road with you together?
Oh yeah. She's done like the cafe in Milwaukee, and I'd like to bring her to Zanies. That's a little bit tougher to maneuver, but
Yeah, right.
it's always like it's always hard enough just for me to get a week there. I'm like, I can't really like finagle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I hear you, dude. Bird's tough to deal with sometimes. He's tough to get in if you're not in there all the time.
Yeah.
Usually I was talking to him recently about going back, but he's asking me now. He's like, "Are you in town?" Because he's using. First of all, there's a million local guys there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't have to book anybody from out of town. So right now, he's not booking anybody from out of town, really.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite clubs, obviously Zanies, and plus it's nice to get home. And I know you said Robbie's watching.
She's here now, yeah, man. She was all excited about you being here
Robbie
today.
Davis.
She talked to you.
She's she's great. I always see her every time I'm back, and I miss St. Charles. I loved St. Charles.
Man, I love that room so much. That was a great room.
It was just such a it was such a like, because it was still like stuck in the 90s sort of, right? It was just
it was
updated, the stupid bourbon
the decor,
screen.
yeah, right down to the cups. Everything is just, everything looks like you walk in. It's like walking into a time warp.
Right.
Literally like, what the hell? Like nothing's changed.
They still had like Paul Reiser's
Sure,
from
they do. Paula Poundstone. The big. Yeah. Exactly right.
No updates. Yeah.
Yeah, the same pictures are sitting there. That's the best.
But although, did you see that they all went up on auction? They auctioned everything at Pheasant Run off, including the headshots.
They did. Someone bought some of my head. Actually, I know someone that bought. They sold it by lots. They did a lot thing, and someone I know bought the lot from Chris's office, the office lot. So they got a bunch of pictures from there, and one of the pictures from there is a signed headshot of me and my daughter on New Year's Eve. So she sent me a message. She's like, "Hey, do you want this picture or whatever?" I go, "Yeah, I would love to have that picture." So, yeah, it's all headshots. It's basically all the headshots out of the file box.
Right.
I mean, it's just a big box. I got all these pictures. I don't know what to do with them. I'm like, okay.
I'd love if they charged you for it. They're like, yeah, $200, you and your daughter. Huh?
Yes. How much for the picture? Okay, all right. I guess I'll pay it.
Yeah,
I love that room, man. I was really bummed it went down. I think they tore that place down.
Oh, really?
I think they're going to tear the whole thing down. I think that's what I heard.
It was going to fall down on its own. I think.
It was staying in there because I always stayed in that hotel. Because when I first got divorced, my ex lived in Bartlett, which is just 20 minutes from there. So every time I went back to the town, I would stay at that hotel. And then the kids would come and stay with me. And when the kids were little, they loved it because they called it the place with two pools. And we literally would just go and walk from one pool to the other all day long. And that's all we would do while we were hanging out there. But it was total during the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it was like The Shining in there. There was nothing. I mean, no people. You could walk through hallways.
Right.
You're like, well, I can't believe this place is even here. The rooms are empty. But it's like those Weekend Warrior joints. And then Friday would roll around, and they always had a ton of people in there on Friday, Saturday, whatever.
Right. Well, I love too that it's sandwiched between Portillo's and Culver's.
I know.
It's a very fat weekend.
Yeah, it was. Every time I was there, it was at Portillo's like 3 times. And then you go get the custard, and Plus, I'm a big Rosati's fan, and there's a Rosati's that delivers there that I would call, and they're open late. So I would do the shows. This is terrible. I would do the shows at Zanies, and go back to my room or the hotel room at midnight, and I'd be like, I could probably order pizza right now. And sure enough, I'd get a pizza at 12:30 at night.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is the best thing to do for your body, is to fire down a large sausage pizza at 12:30 Hit 12:30 at
Right.
night.
Have you been healthier with the pandemic, or were you already pretty healthy, or how were you?
I've been pretty healthy since when I started working on ships. I got real healthy quick because I did a week or two on ships, and I realized real quick how it could get away from me. I'm like, because there's buffets and there's stuff, and I'm like, I go, man, if I don't watch what I'm eating and work out, I'm going to gain 1,000 pounds on these cruise ships. So I started,
Right.
and then I got into a whole health kick, and I started working out. And so I was really healthy on ships. I've been pretty healthy during the pandemic, sort of. I haven't been working out as much though. I worked out a ton before. Now
Right.
I'm doing a lot of walking though. So I'll go on hikes or walks, and and I bought ankle weights. So I wear a bunch of ankle weights with me when I go walking. My daughter won't walk with me because I look like an idiot. It's like, there's huge ankle weights. It's like I look like Rocky but out of shape, because I'm going up the
Right.
hills over here and walking around. Yeah, it's pretty sick, but it's good. It's good for you. It's good exercise. You know what I mean?
It's a prime target for kidnappers.
They would. If this was Brazil, I'd be thrown in a trunk by now, and they would have took me away.
With the anchors on his feet.
I can't get away. I try to run away. Can't lift my legs. You know what I mean? An extra 5 pounds each leg.
Right.
They're just pulling up slowly behind me. Then
Yeah.
now we're hitting. Suddenly we're hitting ATMs. So
Yeah.
there we go. Hey, so where did you meet your wife? Did you meet her here? She's not from Wisconsin, is she?
No, she's from out here. I met her doing comedy at a place called the classy place called the Lava Lounge
The what lounge?
in Lava Lounge.
Okay.
It's like it was like a bar. They ran stand-up comedy nights there. So she and I met there, and I think I made fun of her because at the time she was a smoker. So I made fun of her because she was outside smoking, and her mom was at the show, and I was like, "Do you like your daughter smoking?" And then we went on a very Wisconsin first date. We went bowling. She invited me to go bowling, so that was
sweet.
like a sign.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I mean, she's been great. I mean, I think because her outlook on comedy was different than mine because she was just starting. She was like 5 years in, and I was kind of hitting that 20-year mark, and I was kind of resigned to what maybe I could do. And she's the one who encouraged me to audition for Conan again, to submit another tape and to start doing to do my own special, like all that stuff. That's because of her, because she's has a very independent sort of spirit. So
right.
That's cool.
And she's motivated, right? So
Yeah.
Right on. Dude, that's the best. You need someone like that. That's brilliant, dude. That helps you out. Perfect. I was going to ask you what it's like to be married to a comic. I dated a comic once, but I don't know if I could do. You know what I mean? How's it go? It must be good. You guys have been married quite a while, right?
Yeah, almost 6 years.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's just a lot of that's ego, I guess, but I think it helps that we're at that I'm 25 years in, she's about 6 or 7 years in. So I think that there's not the competition as much, as far as like, you got to call the headline. I haven't headlined there,
Just gonna say.
I think it's more help. It's more of a we're helping each other relationship than competing.
Right.
In that sense, I think we lift each other up, and she puts together these comedy shows like at these breweries, and then I get booked somehow. And
wow, that's great to know someone, I guess.
Yeah. That's, now I know how the Kardashians feel.
Yeah, you know exactly how they feel. It's the same. It's exactly the same.
Yeah, but no, it's definitely been nice. And yeah, we do the web series, The Clarks. We've done that together, and it's been fun. And I think even during this pandemic, it's actually been nice. So we kind of give each other our space, and we hang out. We have fun. We got a dog, a French bulldog, so that's our pandemic pet.
Wait, did you get it? Did you get it during the pandemic?
Yeah, we got her in June.
Oh, dude, look at you guys. That's brilliant. So that's our little pandemic pet. Dude, I love the fact she does a lot of work with you on these videos and stuff. I got to ask real quick. There's a video called Stand Up Special Rejection.
Oh yeah,
She's in that, correct?
Right.
All right.
She's the Comedy Central agent.
Okay, do you mind if I share that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me see. Hold on. If I can do this without screwing it up. Yeah, let's do it. I love it. I watched this one and laughed really hard. This is hilarious, dude. I loved it.
Okay.
Wait, is that right? Yep. Oh, dude, I'll ask you a question after I play this video, though. Okay, first. Okay, here's the video. This is a video of Tom and his wife and 2 or 3 other people. You want to throw their names out? Do you know who they were?
Derek Mears, he plays Swamp Thing. He's the actual Swamp Thing. And
right on.
And Lance Paulin's a great commercial actor, and then the Verzi triplets. Jordan Coleman is another great actor. So, yeah, really funny.
Okay, those are actual triplets. Then I was going to ask you if you did some sort of. I was going to great camera work, dude. How'd you do that? Where you made this guy 3 times, dude? You're way better than me at this stuff. All right, I want to show this one. I laughed really hard at this one. Here's a clip of Tom Clark, a promo for his comedy special. Enjoy.
We're various networks. I'm HBO, and we're here to tell you that we don't want your stand-up special.
You guys kidnapped me to tell me that?
Pretty much.
Yeah, we don't want it either.
Are you BET?
Why? Because I'm black?
No. Yeah.
I'm actually Netflix. We're very cool and progressive.
Sorry.
In fact, I just got an email from Dave Chappelle. We're actually doing a 13-episode series on, Look, who am I kidding? We don't care, okay? We'll literally do anything that any celebrity wants to do. Celebrities are the best.
Yeah, we're not interested either.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Stars?
Yeah, I don't think you guys even do stand-up specials.
Well, yeah, if we did, we wouldn't be interested.
Why are you even here?
I got it right from HBO. Thanks, HBO.
Shut up, Stars.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Of course you didn't, because I'm a woman. Does that scare you?
No. Actually, I thought you were HBO's assistant. Stars left.
I'm Comedy Central, bitch, and it's a hard pass.
All right, fine. You don't want my special. That's fine. What?
Well, alrighty then. We are gonna boogie. Thank you so much for reaching out.
I didn't reach out to you. You guys kidnapped me.
Prove it.
Oh, HBO, hold on a sec. I love you.
We're interested in your special.
I'm iTunes.
I'm Amazon.
I'm Google Play.
Yeah, I could see that on your shirts.
So?
Yeah, fine, I guess.
Yeah!
Not you, Google Play.
Yeah! Tom Clark, Tom Clark,
Tom Clark, Tom Clark, Tom Clark, Tom Clark, Tom Clark.
Dude, I love that. I love that clip so much. It's very funny. That's great work, dude.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. Dude, I love your wife for that stuff. Comedy Central, bitch. Great. Very
Yeah,
authoritative.
that was fun. I liked doing it. I got a lot of good feedback on that.
Yeah.
And I love the Verzi triplets. They're just like, like the Sklar brothers are great, but something about triplets.
Comedies in threes, brother. Comedies in
Yeah,
threes.
yeah.
Dude, and they're so perfect because they're dead on perfect of each other. When they're doing
Right.
you know what I mean? They sound like it's just the Sklar brothers.
They're
There's a little bit of
rock.
difference between the two. You know what I mean? Those
Right.
three, it's pretty much dead on. So
They were on Netflix's The Floor is Lava. I don't know if there was like a game show on Netflix.
Okay.
And the three, it's like an obstacle course, and the three of them, it's very funny that the three of them on there. So if you get a chance, I think it's the first episode.
all right, I'll check it out. Is that
Yeah.
a Daniel Tosh thing or is it?
No, it's just some game show that somebody came up with. It's basically like American Ninja Warrior without the athletics.
Without the. Yeah, those guys are in shape, man. Those Ninja Warrior dudes, I could never do any of that. Even those guys, and they mess up constantly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Very few of them are getting through those. So
you get mad at it, like, come on!
Yeah.
And it's like I can't even do a pull up. So
what's wrong with you? It's just 4 big bouncy things. Bounce and then go, bounce and then go, bounce and then go. Balance yourself. Any sports fan is the worst when it comes to anything. Even that, you go, what's wrong with you? When even you have there's no chance I could get even through a quarter of that obstacle course. But I would still be like, well, you obviously need to lean to the right when you go around that pole. Otherwise, I know what I'm talking about.
Were you a football player?
In high school, I was. Yes, I played
high school.
Yeah, I was a lot heavier too. I was a big dude. I was 290 something in high school.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Were you like nose guard?
I was a what?
Were you a nose guard?
Yeah. I was a linebacker. Also, I was horrible. I sucked. I was not good. I was not good. You know what I used to do? This cracks me up. This is a true story. I got nervous, dude. I got nervous in the field because there were fans watching the game. So I was scared to screw up. So once the game got going to the speed of the game, I remember the first game I started, I did well in practice, but when it came to the game, dude, I choked every single time. And one time, the first play I'm in, I go in and there's a play and we tackle the guy and I'm the nose guard, so I call the huddle. So we tackle the guy and I go huddle and I'm standing there, right? And I don't hear anybody. And I hear break, like they get out of the huddle. I turn around and look, and they're 10 yards behind me. I had set the huddle 10 yards to the right, and the coach is going, Schmidt, what are you doing? And I run back over. It was horrible. And the players are going, what are you doing? Get over here. And I run over there. Then I screwed up another play. I was out by the third play. I was gone. I made it 3 plays. They pulled me out. I was so scared. I'll never forget how, and I always laugh about it because now I'm a stand-up comic. You know what I mean? I stand in a room full of strangers and tell jokes, and I was afraid with a helmet on to be in front of like 200 fans playing football. It scared the hell out of me.
Oh my God! And the nose guard literally has no responsibilities other than maybe calling the huddle.
Otherwise, that's all you do is huddle.
You're anonymous otherwise, and it's like you somehow got the spotlight just through sheer incompetence.
Yeah. Well, everyone noticed me that day because after that night when we were out after the game and people were like, dude, what happened that one play when you were standing over? I go, it's just a little thing we were working on. It didn't really pan out very well.
Strategy where I'm behind the offense.
Yeah. I'm like a junior. I'm scared to tell people I screwed up. I was so nervous. I was just so unsure of myself in high school about certain things. It's so funny. I look back on that now and I don't know if that made me a comic or that's one of the reasons I'm a comic, but, God, I was so scared to death to screw up. I was going to screw up everything, man. Just scared me to death.
I think surviving that, if you can get perspective on it, that does help you become a comic. If you can look back on it, like, that was kind of fun. It depends. I think it depends your bounce back factor.
Plus, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. Like I'm one of those guys that I talk about every mistake I ever made on stage. So I have no problem joking, laughing about me, going, "Oh, I was an idiot that day." You know, I think if you don't have a sense of humor about yourself, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. That's my whole act.
It's your whole act.
That's my whole that and creepy. Me and dumb and creepy. That's my
dude. You do the perfect blend of dumb and creepy because you kind of do creepy and then you call yourself on it by being dumb. And you know what I mean? And then shrug it off. And I think people are going, is he dumb or creepy? I don't know which one he is. I think
if I can get my audience to say, is he dumb or creepy? I've done my job.
That's people. When people leave a town, you'd be like one of those old advertisers for a live show when they go, "What did you think of the Tom Clark live show?" And the people walking out, they go, "I don't know if he was dumb or creepy." Everybody over and over again, dumb or creepy? I don't know, dumb or creepy. You be the judge. Tom Clark, dumb or creepy, this Friday night, 8:00.
The secret? I'm both.
Yeah, you should pop up in the bottom of the thing. The secret? I'm both. And then your picture disappears. That's perfect. And then people are then going, well, was that dumb or creepy? I don't know. The whole thing is confusing.
Never-ending Russian nesting doll of
this just keeps going. Like, dude, it's perfect, dude. It's perfect. I love it. Dude, I want to get to this before we get out of here. Dude, I have one of these booted up here. We talked about it. Dude, every time I get one of these phone calls that people are trying to scam me. Some guy named David Johnson from someone like that. Every time I get a call, say what?
The most normal name and like the thickest.
It's always like Tom. My name is Tom Smith. Your name is not Tom Smith. There's no way. But every single time I get one of these calls, I think about you. You and your wife. I saw one with you and your wife, I thought, years ago. I'm not sure, but this is the one.
Yeah, we did one.
Those are funny.
With Tommy Two Tone, where we sang Tommy Two. Yeah,
it was the one where I couldn't find that one because it was, I guess, because I ran out of time. I got this one booted up, but there was one where you actually went across. You said, "I'm going to go across the street," and you pretended like you were walking, and the whole. Oh my God, it was hilarious. But anyway, I want to play some of this right now. Okay. Let's do it. If I can see if I can do this the right way. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, wait. I have a better way to figure this out. Hold on. I'm going to show you. I can actually... Hold on. Where did I... Oh, I lost the feed. Hold on, Tom. I'm not good at this stuff. Bam.
What's that?
There we go. Let's try this.
Okay.
See? And bam. Bam. And bam. And bam. Okay, we'll set this up. You want to set this up? Basically, go ahead and set this up, Tom.
I mean, it's just I get these random calls, and usually what I'll do is immediately I'll jump on my iPad or my computer, and I turn on iMovie, and I just start recording, and I just sort of jump cut through it. And sometimes I'm on the phone for an hour, sometimes for 20 minutes, and I keep doing it's long. I don't, but it's always fun.
Okay,
fun.
well, we'll play some of it. There's a bunch of these, but they're hilarious. I love these so much, and every time everybody gets these calls, and I've been getting a lot lately, and every time I get one, I think of Tom because he's probably the best at this maneuver. So we'll play this and see how this plays out. Oh, what? Hold on. Oh man, I can't get the sound. That can't be right. You know what? We're gonna do this the right way. Hold on.
As a black community, we need to vote. Everyone needs to vote. So many people have died.
That's not you.
Of trying to get the right to vote, and here we are. We have that right.
I feel like if I don't vote in
I don't
this
even know
election,
where that's coming
I could lose
from.
my American
Hold on.
dream because I believe.
There we go. Maybe that's the issue. Hold on, Tom. I think I have it figured out. I'm going to be so mad if I can't get this up.
Election night, but it.
Yeah.
And my second penis is semi-hard.
Oh, dude, that was really awkward.
Wow. Close some of those tabs.
Tom, I'm so sorry. I'm not even going to risk it anymore. I totally screwed that up. I don't know what happened. I had it figured out earlier. I just couldn't get it going. This is really annoying.
Well, the one I know the one that was with my wife was the guy was asking for my credit card number, and I basically got him to say 8675309. I got her to say it like 2 or 3 times, so that was fun.
Dude, they're the best.
But yeah, they're all on my YouTube, youtube.com/TomClarkComedy. They're enjoyable.
Dude, they're the best. They're hilarious. Dude, I feel bad I messed up that one at the end, but we're gonna call it there. We're gonna call it there. Is there anything anything else you want to plug or push that you got coming up? I'm gonna put in the description. I'll put a link to your YouTube. I highly suggest everybody go to Tom's YouTube, check it out. He's got so much content on there, so many funny videos with him and his wife, and all kinds of different stuff. Well, all the way from the phone scam stuff to some of the video clips in the Clark show, the Steph and Tom show. Check those out, as well as, like you said, the link to his podcast. You can check his podcast out every 2 weeks. But anything else that you want to?
We have our T-shirts for our podcast. It says "I'm a Rescue" on it. It's in black, or it's in white, like typewritten letters. I'm a Rescue because we're all rescues. So part of that money goes to Pets for Vets, which is an organization that matches rescue animals with veterans. So you can buy that on my website, TomClark.com. And check out my special on Amazon Prime. It's free to watch, and leave me a nice review. That's always appreciated.
Yeah, there you go. If you can do that, that'd be good. Folks, that's Tom Clark. Give it up for Tom Clark. I messed up his one video, but everything else went well. One bad video. That's my good friend Tom. Thanks for being here, buddy. I can't thank you enough. This is really awesome. This is great.
Thank you, Lenny.
All right, buddy. Take care. That's Tom Clark, ladies and gentlemen. My good friend Tom Clark. Thank you for tuning in. I apologize. I almost had everything figured out. I can't figure out why that video didn't work. It's making me angry. But I will solve that problem soon. If you enjoyed the show, please, first of all, like the video. I forgot to like my own video. Make sure you like the video. It's very important. Do that. Like my video. Share the video if you enjoyed it. And also, you can subscribe to the page. It doesn't cost you a dime. Nothing. $0 for you to subscribe to my YouTube page. If you feel like donating some sort of dollar situation, let's, bam, right there. You can donate some money to the project right there. I don't have any sponsors, so all the show, everything I spend to run the show, everything I use to keep the show running, I take it from these sources right here. And I have a lot of loyal followers that have really been great that follow me all the time. You guys are great. I can't thank you enough. But if you want to donate some money, you can donate or throw out as little as $1. There's a dollar option on all these pages. You can go to my website, LennySchmidt.com/if you can, or you can Venmo me at Lenny Schmidt Comedy, and you can join the Patreon page, which is Lenny Schmidt Comedy. Again, for as little as $1. Anything you donate more than that dollar, the more you donate on that page, the more you get back. So you can get a couple check-ins with me. You can get a writer session with me. You can get all my content. You get all my comedy albums, all that stuff. You can do that, and you can do that on that Patreon page. Thank you guys so much. I will see you. Okay, listen. Tomorrow, you're going to need to go. You need to go vote tomorrow. Make sure you vote. Everybody, please make sure you get out there and vote. Vote. I told you, if you're going to have trouble, if you watch this and you can't get to a voting place, call me. I will try to find a way to get you to a voting place. That's what I'm going to do for you. So the next time I talk to you, hopefully everything is okay. So let's go out there, just go out and vote and be good to each other. Let's do that. There's no reason to yell at each other if we don't agree. Just go out there and vote. Do that for me. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Get some rest. And always, always dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase a shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers, will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to LennySchmidt.com/if-you-can or Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. Enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.